Hello, everyone. Today we have a very interesting and inspiring story for you. This is the story of a boy who was called lazy by everyone, but deep inside, he was actually very smart. By the end of this story, you will learn an important lesson. Even a lazy person can become hardworking when life gives them a strong reason. And while enjoying the story, you will also learn new English words and how to use them in sentences, making learning fun and easy. So stay with us till the end.
Once upon a time, in a small, peaceful village called Greenfield, there lived a young boy named Evan. Evan lived with his parents in a simple house near the edge of the village. Evan was not a bad boy. He was kind. He was polite. But he was very lazy. Every morning he went to the rice fields with his father, Mr. Thomas. His job was simple: to chase away the birds that tried to eat their crops. Most boys would run, shout, or throw stones, but Evan hated moving too much. So one day he came up with an idea. He placed wooden poles around the field and tied long ropes between them. By gently pulling the ropes, the poles would shake and the birds would fly away. Evan could lie down under a tree and still do his job. Smart? Yes. Hardworking? Not really. Evan's father watched him quietly. He often thought, if I ever become sick, how will Evan manage everything alone? But Evan always finished his work somehow, so his father never scolded him. Life continued peacefully until one summer changed everything. That year, the village faced a long, dry season. The sun burned hot, the soil cracked, water became scarce. Then one day, Evan's father fell seriously ill. He could no longer walk to the fields. Now the responsibility of the farm fell completely on Evan's shoulders. At first, Evan tried, but he had never done hard labor before. He became tired quickly. He didn't know how to irrigate properly. Week by week, the crops began to dry. Soon, most of the rice plants started dying. Evan tried, but alone he couldn't save them. One night, Evan sat outside his house under the stars. The wind was silent. His heart felt heavy. He whispered to himself, "Why was I always lazy? Why didn't I try harder when I had the chance?" Tears filled his eyes. He felt useless. He felt like he had failed his family. The next morning, Evan heard loud voices in the village square. A royal soldier had arrived from the king's palace. He announced, "The king is holding a great competition. The winner will receive a chest full of gold." Evan's heart started beating fast. This money could save my family, he thought. Without thinking much, Evan stepped forward and said, "I will join." The villagers laughed. A lazy boy like him? He won't last a day. But Evan didn't care. For the first time in his life, he had a reason stronger than comfort. Evan had 3 days to reach the palace. He left early in the morning. His parents didn't believe he would win, but they hoped the journey would change him. And it did. For the first time, Evan walked long distances. He felt pain. He felt exhaustion. But he didn't stop. At the palace, the competition began. All participants gathered near a huge lake. Strong men, skilled warriors, athletes from across the kingdom. Evan felt small. The rule was simple. Cross the lake. The first 3 will qualify. When the signal was given, everyone jumped into the water. Everyone, except Evan. He thought, if I swim, I will lose. But this is not a swimming race. It's a race to cross the lake.
Suddenly, an idea struck him. He ran to the forest, gathered broken branches, tied them together, and made a small raft. Using a stick as a paddle, he slowly moved forward. While others became tired, Evan kept floating calmly. One by one, he passed them. In the end, Evan finished third. The crowd was shocked. The next day came the final round. Each contestant was given a huge wooden block. Their task, push it 1 kilometer to the finish line. Behind them lay many tools, ropes, sticks, levers, and knives. They could choose only one. The first contestant grabbed a rope. The second used a long stick. Evan stood still. He thought carefully. I can't win with strength. I must win with thought. Finally, he picked a small knife. The crowd laughed. What will a knife do? But Evan didn't push the block. He carved it, slowly, patiently. After an hour, the block turned into a round wooden ball. When the race started again, Evan gently pushed it. While others struggled, his ball rolled smoothly.
He ran beside it with all his strength. And first, Evan crossed the finish line. The palace exploded with cheers. The lazy boy had won. But he wasn't lazy anymore. He had learned something important. Smart thinking is powerful, but effort gives it life. Evan took the gold and saved his family. From that day on, he never feared hard work again. This story teaches us, lazy people are often intelligent, but intelligence alone is not enough.